I believe that you have to set your own price. Okay, you really have to set your own price, and your own price really comes from knowing your worth and your value, and the value you actually bring to your work. Okay, which is why I always say that you must work really, really hard to ensure that you have something that is very unique in the market that anyone out there is willing to pay for, and then you must set your price. Okay, and I say setting your price because, to be honest, we're in a market out there that is very, very exploitative and very competitive. If you're not very careful, you will end up working for people who very well, by the way, know your work, but will pay you money that does not even equate to half of what you actually bring to the table. So based on the different people I've worked for and the different companies that I've been in and the different my experience basically with people in the job industry and in the industry that I've worked in, you must honestly set a price, but you must make sure that the price you actually set is worth what you're bringing to the table. Okay, whereby someone says that the moment you say this is how much I'm charging, they even say no, yeah, they just sign on it. Okay, so for me, when it comes to setting a price, I believe that you could go old school on this, and that is actually um, going out there and actually finding out how much do people pay for this, how much are people willing to pay for this. Okay, when by the time I actually went to a baking school, I actually went to a baking school and paid almost 2 million to just study baking for 6 weeks. By the time I went there, I already was baking. There were people already ready to buy. But I said, why don't I go and I see how the market actually works? People are going to teach me how the market works, how people price their products, how they go out there in the market, and what actually buys more or what pays more in that market. Okay. So I went out there and I took the old school method of learning. And I believe that has worked very well for me. The other way is really to just find out how other people also pricing their things. But then the other thing is the main key thing I believe is doing very exceptional work. That means pushing yourself to become the best out there, and also it's knowing your value. Your value determines your worth, and your worth determines that paycheck at the end of the day. That money that you can say, this is how much I want for my service, what I bring. But make sure that at the end of the day, just like maybe what Akomo was saying, the people don't really think about the money. They think about what you're bringing to the table. The moment someone is hiring you, they're no longer thinking about the money. They're just thinking about it, what value you're going to bring. You've done already well for yourself. So I think